What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, creator of Outright Bar, and Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com. You guys might have seen me guest pose. A lot of people are asking, what did I do to guest pose? Like, how did I carb up? Because I wasn't my leanest. Now, I was leaner than 99% of people at most pro shows, but I don't look as good as those guys. I don't have the muscle bellies. I don't have the fullness. I don't have the size. I win based on conditioning. Period. The end. That's it. That's why I win. So even though that was conditioned, for someone like me to win, for someone like me to stand next to these guys and not look silly, I have to out-condition the hell out of them. However, considering I dieted for about, well, I took whipped cream out of my diet for 1 week. The next week, for the next 6 days, I literally carb depleted a little bit. I was still eating carbs, but not as much. And then I carved up into the show on Friday. Now, keep in mind, I didn't adjust my schedule at all. I still boxed twice that week. I went in on Monday and I sparred on Friday. So I guest posed on Saturday, but I sparred on Friday, which is crazy. Because I could have got hit in the ribs, which I've done before, had a big ass bruise, gone on stage with a swollen ass rib. But again, it's a guest posing. It's not a show. I'm not getting judged. I was there to have fun, get the crowd going. And honestly, it kind of sparked a fire in me. I'm not going to lie. And I enjoyed it. And I got to tell you what, man, I haven't felt so at home on stage. And the 5 years away from being on stage, and I make fun of it, it's such a homoerotic fetish kind of activity. Getting on stage in front of judges in tights with oil on and shaking your ass, shake, shake, shake it like a rump shaker. That shit is weird. But I fucking enjoyed it, so maybe that makes me weird. And if anybody shakes their ass, you guys who saw my guest posing, I am the king of ass shakers. I get hype, I get pumped. For me, that's the way I express my personality. Those who know me, I'm that motherfucker who goes crazy. I'm that motherfucker who gets wild. Like, when I played football, I was the guy hyping the team up before games. You know, I'm that guy. And the stage gives me a chance to express myself when I do guest postings. For a bodybuilding show, I don't really get to express myself. Because what the fuck are you going to express in a mandatory posing thing at prejudging, right? But when I get on stage and the lights are on me and there's people in the crowd, people are cheering, and even if there's 5 people or if there's 500 people, if 5,000 people, it doesn't matter. It just brings me out and makes me feel like I can be myself, like I have no care in the world. And it just, I don't know if I can explain this, but I'm really proud of like the work I put in and being able to display my body and show that it can be fun, it can be expressive. And that a guy who's, you know, turning 39 years old this next month on November 22nd and, you know, has 3 kids and a wife and coaches soccer and does dad shit, that we can still get up and express ourselves and have a good time. And that's what it really mattered. That's for me, that's what it kind of did. And when I was 35 at my last show, or 33 when I won my pro card, I didn't have that perspective. And now I appreciate it so much more. And I was able to, it's kind of like, I was telling my wife this the other day, like with our kid Preston, when I go to his little soccer games, I know it's the last one. Like I go to his like he's on a U7 team and he's 6 years old, or U8 team. And he's playing, he's playing up, but all the kids on his team, it's a lower level team. It's not, but dude, I don't have fun at my older kids' games because it's so serious, right? Like they're so fucking serious. They're already talking about college showcases and this and that. Cammie and Thomas were in the Olympic development program. It's like, what the fuck is this? Which, by the way, don't do it. It's a complete ripoff in my opinion. But nonetheless, the bottom line is it was completely crazy what happens in their development, right? And so looking forward, like I'm going to Preston's game and I'm like, this is the funnest time I ever have. I'm joking with the parents and I'm laughing at the kids and the kids are celebrating. We're getting killed. We're killing kids. The score doesn't matter. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. And that's kind of how I am bodybuilding now. It's how I am. But I have gone so off tangent for the topic of this video. So what did I do to carb up? And that's what I was getting to, but I got so distracted. I was talking about soccer. I was talking about how to save money in travel soccer. Crazy. So I had 1 day to carb up. And I couldn't start depleting. Well, I was already depleted because I wanted to box on Friday. I made a personal goal that I will spar the day before I guest post, which was fucking stupid. But stupid is what stupid does, right, sir? So, like, I went in and I sparred on Friday morning. And before I sparred, I had an outright bar. And this is going to sound like one big ad for my products, but it's exactly what I did. And if you don't like it, turn it off, put a thumbs down, and, go ahead and, just because I don't want to see them, but you can go ahead and send some D pics to somebody you don't like and say, this is for Marc Lobliner. So what did I do? Well, I was driving, right? I just flew in the day before from Virginia because I had a meeting with the Navy. By the way, we're going to be on all naval bases with that outright bar right there. I didn't have time to prep food. I didn't have time to cook sweet potatoes. I didn't want to burden my wife because she was busy raising 3 kids on her own. I had outright bars and I had bananas. And I thought it was perfect. Let me tell you why. Now, when I carbed up for my pro show or for my pro qualifier, I literally ate 1,000 grams of carbs the Friday before. I have to go hard to really fill out, but I didn't care if I was a little bit flat. I just wanted to, and I wasn't as lean as I would have been, so I didn't have that much space. I also didn't want it to affect me the next day or the day after because it's just a guest posing. So on the way to Ohio and throughout the day, I ate a total of 9 outright bars and 5 bananas. Spread throughout the day. Whenever I felt I'd eat and I was depleted. So as soon as I ate, I'd be hungry. If I was still hungry, I ate again. And if I was hungry a half hour after that, I ate again. Did I cut water? No, and I'm going to tell you what I did instead. Because I wasn't going to cut water. Because again, it's just a guest posing, right? So what did I do? So I'm driving around eating outright bars. I had a bunch of bananas. Literally, I had 5 bananas. So I'd eat an outright bar, and then 30 minutes later, I'd eat a banana. Then about an hour later, an outright bar, I'd eat a banana. Then that night, I went to Outback Steakhouse. I didn't want too much protein. I didn't want to upset my stomach. Had a sweet potato, which, by the way, Outback is not Longhorn. Their sweet potatoes are about the size of an atrophied testicle. And I ate that sweet potato, which is probably about 20 grams of carbs, 6 ounces of meat, which is about 30 grams of protein because it was cooked down. And I had a little side salad just to make sure I could poop. Back to the hotel, had my final outright bar and a banana, went to bed. Now, through all this, I took a nutrient driver with every 2 meals. So I took 5 of these throughout the day. Nutrient driver, I always say it makes carbs great again. It helps shuttle your nutrients into your carbs, because your blood sugar lower, controls insulin, and makes it so your body does what it needs to do with the carbs without storing unnecessary fat. Wasn't worried about fat gain, but I didn't want the carbs to go where they need to go. I love the health and anti-diabetic effects of nutrient driver, so I took that. The main thing I use, I'm explaining why I don't use this normally, but most of you probably should if you're getting ready for a show or a great day at the beach or whatever. And that's MTS Nutrition Aqua Shed. Now, Aqua Shed is, I'm going to just read it. It is a vegan-friendly product for you vegans who are holding water. I don't know if I'm joking or not. It's a water-balanced formula. It adds adequate dose of herbal extracts known for diuretic properties to aid your body in expelling excess extracellular water and present your best look ever. It's potassium sparing. There's potassium in it. So it has 100 milligrams of potassium as dipotassium phosphate, dandelion root extract taraxacum, has the uva ursi leaf, goldenrod, juniper, buchu leaf, and bladderwhack, which are all potent natural diuretics. So what I do with this, now normally I'd recommend starting this the Thursday before a Saturday show. I like 2 days leading in and the day of. So it says to take 5 caps twice a day. So normally I do Thursday, Friday, and then 1 to 2 doses Saturday, depending on when the event is. So what I did with this, being that I didn't want to drop any water before I sparred because I would have died. Yes, I would have died. I'm pretty certain I would have died because I would have got punched and it would have hurt and I had no water to absorb it. This is a very potent thing, man. I was pissing like a racehorse, and you got to be careful when you use it. But what I recommend is you take 5 capsules 2 times a day for 2 days leading into the event. Take your final dose, then go to the event. And you'll be good. Do you have to cut water? I'm not saying you drink gallons and gallons. But if you start tapering water a little, what I usually do is I have people taper to sips before an event or before a show. Not ever cutting water, but just instead of like, I'm thirsty, go, 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 go. No. Here's what you do when you're thirsty and you're depleting water. Just a sip. Think of it. If you're in the UK, you're sipping tea. If you're in America and you're a basic bitch, you're at Starbucks, you're drinking coffee, you're sipping. Sipping on the scissor, right? So what I did is I took 5 capsules 3 times on Friday. After boxing at around 2 p.m. and before bed. Then I took a dose when I woke up in the morning on Saturday and before I hit the stage around 4 p.m. I'm sorry, around 3 p.m. On Saturday. I hit the stage around 6, 5:30, somewhere in there. So this is what I used. And as far as the day of, so I ate the day before, I ate that steak, whatever, outright bars, banana, whatever. Okay, so I had 9 outright bars, 5 bananas, a piece of steak, and a sweet potato. Now the day of the show, and again, this guest posing, I'm not recommending this how you do it. Generally speaking, I'm going to tell you what I did from a man, Anthony, who competed and did really well at a show in Virginia. I believe he won his class. So here's the thing. On Saturday, I woke up. I went and did a depletion workout just to get things moving. I like doing that. Before that depletion workout, I had an outright bar and a banana. After training, I went straight to first watch, had some eggs and a pancake, a big chocolate chip pancake. 8 outright bars, I don't even know how many throughout the day, and a couple bananas, then got on stage. And that's it. And then I drove home that night, so I didn't even have time to enjoy a free meal or anything because I had to get home to my family. Now, what I normally have, let's say Anthony's. You know what? If I can find that, I will pull it up right now and see what I get. You know what? I'm going to give you a gist of what he did. I don't need to take your time for this. So essentially, the Friday before the show, we did a heavy backload. We had sweet potato outright bar and extra honey in all the meals. So you literally were having this plethora. But again, this is why I charge for coaching at marclobliner.com. Everybody's different. But let's say when Anthony went in on Friday, because he's a large 200 plus pound bodybuilder trying to fill out, he was lean. So I was able to carb the shit out of him and just cut water to sips. Now I never cut water, but he was able to drink all the fuck he wanted till 8 p.m. on Friday. His show was Saturday morning. Then he just basically slept. You ever wake up, you're lean, that's what we did. He woke up, body naturally let it all go once the carbs started being processed. As he started posing, it came in perfect conditioning. Perfect conditioning. Now, Anthony didn't take Aquashed. Why? He was too lean. Your body stores water intracellularly and extracellularly. Extracellular, where does your body store water? In your fat. When you're lean, like I will be if I ever compete again, like Anthony was, like any of my clients who get on stage, again, it's marclobliner.com is my coaching site. If you take this, you risk being flat because we get you so fucking lean. However, if you're like 99.99997% of competitors out there, Aquashed will help you because you're not getting lean enough, and chances are your coach, if you have one, doesn't know how to get you lean enough. That's the problem. And I don't do it through drugs. No. I coach more natural athletes than I do enhanced athletes. It's not drugs. It's just suffering. If you want to get lean, you got to fucking suffer. And that's one reason I took 5 years off of bodybuilding. I was done suffering. Done with that shit. I didn't suffer this time. If I get on stage and win a pro show, like everybody, whoa, what are the Olympic players? Why are they not leaner? Because they don't have to be. Motherfuckers like me who aren't blessed with that shape, those genetics, those muscle bellies, yeah, I have to get lean or else I get blown away. If you're like Brandon Curry and you got that beautiful physique, or Phil Heath or Sean Roden, you get away with a couple extra percent body fat because you look so good. Me, I look like a sack of shit. So unless I get shredded and I just look like a veiny sack of shit, I still look like a sack of shit. It's just I'm a slightly more impressive sack of shit when I diet down more. So the bottom line is, would I take this if I'm contest lean? No. Would I take this to look good for a guest posing? Yes, because I'm not getting contest lean. If you're training with other people, will Aquashed help you? Absolutely. Because most coaches, and I saw them every show I've ever gone to, like, hey man, you see my client, he looks lean. And I'm like, yeah bro, he brought it. Now your client looks like shit. He needs another fucking 8 weeks of dieting, bro. That's just me. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's what I did. As far as free meal, I was just complaining to my wife about this. So my brother's birthday was on the 24th, and we were supposed to go and get dinner on Sunday night to celebrate his birthday. His whole family's sick. And it's fucking Tuesday, I still haven't eaten anything but what I ate for my damn prep. Granted, it was only 2 weeks. I haven't had a free meal in months because I just don't eat them. And I'm like, fuck, I almost owe it to myself to have a free meal, even though I don't crave it. But shit, at least maybe some sushi or something, right? But anyway, that's it, guys. And again, if you're getting ready for a show and you dial it down, I'm going to mention this here as just a little snippet. Don't go full potato after the show. Literally and literally, physically, metaphysically, metaphorically, meaning don't just go eating normal. You need to reverse diet. As soon as your show's over, have a free meal after the show, have a breakfast, and then go right back on your diet, get back down to your stage weight, and then slowly gain. That's your best results. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. That's how I got shredded for my guest posing, and that's not a game. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Look who I ran into in LA.
It's good to meet you. I've been watching your videos a long time. Tell me about this protein bar.
So it's the Outright Bar, man. It's all natural ingredients, made with real food. None of that. You ever want to work out? You want just a little snack, a little bar before training, but you know the other bars might give you a gut bump.
Right.
This is something that doesn't have any prebiotic fiber, no glycerin, no sugar alcohols. It's whole, real food.
That is a tasty bar.
Really?
It's easy to eat. It's not too chewy. Normally eat something like this with a big ass glass of milk. That's good.
So it's like a cookie.
Really good. No, it's not good.
If you want, we also have the. Want to try the almond butter one while we're here?
Love to.
All right. So this
That's a
is
badass bar.
This is made with almond butter, Steve.
That's a winner too.
Really?
He's badass. Good protein bars. Where can people find these?
Well, they can find it at any retail stores. You can find it at tigerfitness.com.
Two badass protein bars. So they get 2 double middle fingers up from Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's the bottom line.